The F&B franchise sector in the MENA region is expected to grow at over 7% over the next 4 years, with about 19,000 extra food and beverage outlets expected here in the UAE by the year 2019. For family businesses like Al Madani Group, diversification has been at the core of their success over many decades. Mohammad Al Madani is CEO and chairman of the group. He's with us here in the studio. Mohammad, great to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
How would you describe the franchise business sector at the moment here in the UAE?
Actually, UAE and especially Dubai is a fertile place for franchise sector. Growth of, as you mentioned, 7% annually, and going to be close to 20,000 stores very soon, is actually because we are so close. You mentioned the Emirates airline and how in 2.5 hours we have access to 2 billion population with aggregate of $2 trillion of GDP. So we are centrally located. We have that audiences that we can serve, and the quality and the service of Dubai, as you know, in the hospitality region and in the franchising sector, the growth and the potential of growth actually is very much the story of Dubai.
Let's talk about diversification in the economy. How have you diversified in your business, and how has that helped it to grow?
Actually, we have grown with the growth of Dubai. I mean, my father started this tailoring business in the early 40s, and then is expanded in the 60s and 70s. When I went to college and came back and I developed the family business, we got into the retail, into the fashion. We had the Levi's and Dockers as the two main brands that we started our business in the mid-90s, and then went to the growth again. We diversified because we were dealing with the shopping malls, so the F&B sector came in, and we had our master franchising business with Charlie's Philly Cheesesteak, West End of Chelsea, Bagel Bar, and so many other businesses that we have actually developed, and we are actually giving the opportunity also to the locals and to the citizens that we are giving them opportunity to sub-franchise. Major business companies here, actually they own the franchise for their own themselves. But we are actually helping the community by sharing that franchise development, the franchise knowledge that we gained over the past 20 years, and giving the chances to everybody in Dubai.
As you mentioned, it's an incredible story, your family business, because it started with your father and the tailoring business so many years ago. But how have you continued with, in a sense, that business model, and even when there's a lot of competition around these days?
Of course, the main thing you need to do is a SWOT analysis. You have to identify your strengths, your weaknesses, which we always don't admit, and then opportunities and the threat. Once you do that SWOT analysis on your group, on your skills and your company, then I think you make a real good business plan for the future, and you look at what areas that you need to focus. And I always say, find a gap and fill it up.
Now, what would your message be, just finally, for entrepreneurs? There are so many entrepreneurs coming to Dubai to try and make their business success and succeed. What would your advice be for them?
Start small, as we did, as my father started, 65 years ago. So you start with a small business, and I think franchising is the best option because it's already, they have a track record of franchising business. You have the training, you have the operation manual. It's it's been tested. So the best, easiest way for any entrepreneur to start with a franchise. Not that I'm trying to sell my franchise, any franchising, whether it's in F&B, whether it's in education, whether it's in the in the hospital, in the health. Health is also a big growth in the franchising. So you look at all different, as I mentioned, you do research, you do your business plan, and you, again, I will say, find the gap and fill it up. There's so many examples how people starting to, the businesses, even with a straw for the drinks, how they filled that gap, and they, made that business growth because they studied the market, they know what the customer needs, and, and have passion. That's the most important thing, is to mix passion with potential.
All right, we'll leave it there, but we really appreciate you coming in. Mohammad Al Madani, thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Thank you for